Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome to Cold Drinks and Speed Paint. It's me, Kenny, and Tad. We're going to cover up Bleach, Season 2 of, what is this, 1,000-Year Blood War, Tad?
Yes, we're doing the first 2 episodes. You watched them, right?
I watched the second episode. You told me to watch the second one, so don't worry about the first one. It's not
all right. Well, here's the thing, guys. I'm trying to get Kenny hip to the game. Like, he needs to know some of these older anime. Like, he's been watching Jujutsu Kaisen. He's been watching Hell's Paradise. And then he's got his animes, some Dota anime that I'm gonna watch some of his stuff.
Bro, that's the best. That Dota animes.
And what are you watching? Like
completely underrated.
Magic Shield or Shield Hero.
The Rise of the Shield Hero. Yeah, that's pretty good, bro. It's a sleeper, another sleeper. You know I'm unconventional, bro. I am unconventional.
I mean, he's even watching Superman anime by the Korean store Mirror, right?
Yeah. It's Mirror Studio. They're doing it.
And so what I told him is like, well, then we have to watch each other's anime, and we want to give different perspectives on it. And I was like, you got to watch Bleach, man. But he hasn't watched it at all.
What are you talking about? I watched one episode, and it was the wrong episode. So.
So basically, you get to, with the conversation, you kind of hear what like a new Bleach person thinks, and then what a veteran of the Bleach game thinks. So let's hear his opinions, because I'm gonna get Kenny caught up. You know, he's gonna get caught up to this stuff. But for now, like from his first episode, just seeing one episode, what do you think?
All right. So actually, the first episode I did watch was the Blood War, but season 1, episode 1. So I watched those first 2, and then I realized I watched the wrong one because I was supposed to skip ahead to season 2. And then I watched the episode. So just for a kind of a baseline here. But another baseline is I'm an artist. You know, what you're watching me draw right now is me drawing. Second thing is, I spent 20 years in special operations, so retired. So I have a kind of like a combative mindset when it comes to tactics and stuff and think about things. I did 12 years of martial arts too. So, I mean, it's not like I don't know fighting either. So put that all together, and that's where my perspective is coming from, is all I'm saying, Tad. So as an artist, I don't know, there's a lot of blue in episode 2. Blue usually kind of signifies a cooler kind of theme, which is really interesting when it comes to the fight scenes. There was a lot of blue, but then all the spells were pretty much blue too. So kind of threw me off. I ain't gonna lie, season that same Blood Year War, the first episode of season 1 or whatever, that was clean, good setup. Got me there, even without watching any Bleach before that. Got it. This one, no fucking way anybody can watch this without seeing anything else. The only thing that I caught from this is 2 characters. There's some fighting, and there's a thing called Banco that they've basically lost. That's it. That's all I got. So,
well,
you, bro.
Kenny doesn't know what Bankai is.
Oh, Bankai, that's right.
but it's funny. It's funny. What do you call it? Banco or something?
I don't know, man. I'm trying to get caught up, man. Yeah. Hold my beer.
But you watched episode 2 of season 2 of 1,000-Year Blood War, right?
I did.
Okay, that episode I thought was good. What you don't know is Hitsugaya lost his Bankai, so he's basically not as powerful as he usually is, because those guys in the white are the Sternritters. They're Quincies, and you'll hear the backstory of that when you start watching the Bleach. I have you as part of the assignment when you have free time.
Homework.
The reason why there's so much blue is because it is the theme for the Quincies. The Quincies' powers, it seems like it's always blue, the powers they use. I really liked that episode. Was really good. I liked the way Captain Hitsugaya and I think Rangiku, that's the vice lieutenant for him. I liked how they're trying to fight Bazz-B. I think Bazz-B is going to be really popular. Bazz-B is the guy with the pink mohawk. He seems pretty popular in the manga when I was reading it, so I'm sure he's going to be very popular in the anime. He's actually kind of like this, and you don't know who this character is, but I feel like he's the Grimjaw of the Sternritters. It was cool seeing Soifan master, what was that called? Yhwach, I'm not sure, or Shumpo, which Yoruichi mastered earlier in the series, but you don't know who that is either. I really liked the episode. I liked how things turned around. You kind of got that little bit of hope from the captains, even though they didn't have their Bankai, because you're they powered up in that little bit of time. Maybe they can do something. But I already knew they probably.
So wait, what is Bankai anyways? For us newbies, what the hell is Bankai?
I'll say, okay, so a Soul Reaper has their weapon and its base form. Well, they have their Zanpakuto, and then the Zanpakuto can release into a Shikai, which is their power. Rangiku, the female with the large one, so I was with Captain Hitsugaya. She released her Shikai, and it was, that dust that was the power of that one.
So wait, when this stuff is happening in like the real world, like in Tokyo or whatever, like can other people see it, or is that invisible to other people? Like when they're flying around and doing stuff.
Other people probably wouldn't see it. See, what's happening is this is in the Soul Society that's happening right now, so it's kind of like heaven somewhat. So the people that live in the real world don't even know this battle's going on. But if it was in the real world, only certain people could see it. Like if you have like some kind of spiritual powers, you would be able to see like the Soul Reapers, or you'll see like maybe like a little bit of them. They're kind of like camouflaged. Just depends how powerful your power is. But most people can't see them.
So these guys don't even live in the real world at all.
None of those guys that were on, none of them except one. Hiroshita. God, why can't I say?
Like the orange hair dude, what's it, Ichigori or whatever? Is that his name?
Ichigo, yeah.
Okay, so is he in the real world?
He is, but right now he's not.
No, I get that, but like, is he normally in the real world? So like when like these like things and spirits come from other places to come talk to him or mess with him, like I don't know if you can remember season 1, episode 1, where that dude in the white came in and flew into his room from his window or whatever.
Oh, yep. I remember that.
Like, do people see that? Like when they're fighting, like flying across the bridge and stuff?
Not if they don't have spiritual powers. If they'd see anything, they'd probably see maybe a blur, like a predator type thing.
Oh, so he's like facing in and out, basically?
That's if they could see him. It depends how high.
Like, can he like make people not see him at any time? He can be invisible at any time, basically.
What happens is actually his soul comes out of his body, and then you can't see him. And then usually this.
That's his soul fighting, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So his body's sitting there somewhere doing something else.
Yep. It's usually just sitting there, but he has like this mod soul that he can put into his body, and it will like walk around. And it's actually named Khan, but you'll learn all about that one.
Oh, it's like a script, like an AI script to have him walk around in the real world while he's doing stuff.
Kind of, but the mods, there's an arc on the mod souls, like they're made to be fighters and stuff from what I remember, but then the Soul Society just decided to get rid of them. But that one just happens to be around still. He actually keeps his mod soul in this little stuffed animal, and then he like usually takes it out and takes out the stuffed animal, and then it comes in. But when it's in the stuffed animal, it actually has its own personality. And then that mod soul takes over Ichigo's body with that mod soul's personality. So he usually acts pretty stupid, but it's funny though.
So he needs a patch.
Yeah, but he also has he has like this thing that he hits himself with to get the soul out. Yeah, I have to catch up myself a little bit, but I remember most of the stuff. I love the show, and I'm glad that this 1,000-Year Blood War came out. But I do want you to get caught up when you can. Like, you guys gotta tell him what he's missing, but he'll watch it. I just kind of wanted to get his opinion as a new viewer, because a lot of people who watch Bleach watched it like 10 years ago or whenever it was big, maybe almost 20 years ago. Yeah, almost 20 years ago. So some of the new people who are watching it now, you're gonna want to go back through those other episodes so you can kind of see each goes back.
Yeah, there's no way. Like straight up, there's no way you can watch it just starting from scratch on that season. I mean, I don't know why anybody would want to, anyways. But yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Well, it'd be kind of simple, similar like Jujutsu Kaisen,
Nah, this ain't even close. This is like you can actually watch. I've tried it. Like I've accidentally walked in on my kids watching, JJK, and like it's watchable. There's parts where you're like, I can kind of get this stuff. No way, dude. There's 0% chance, because the dynamics are all askew. Like in Jujutsu Kaisen, the one thing that they do really good is like pretty simple. It's like they're either in a dome or everybody can see them. They're in the dome or everybody can see them. So it's not something crazy. And of course, like you can't see the cursed spirits or the demons. Like so it's like 2 rules and you get it pretty much, right? But everything else is pretty simplified. But like in this, I don't know what the hell is going on. I guess there's 2 factions. How many factions are there? Like 4 factions or whatever?
So what's going on right now? There's the Queen. Well, if you want to know the factions from the beginning, there's always the Hollows. That's the Soul Reapers. Go after the Hollows and exercise them so their souls can go to the Seireitei Soul Society. The problem with the the beef between the Quincies and the Soul Reapers is the Quincies destroy those souls instead of like purifying them. So it's taking less souls. The souls get recycled pretty much.
Okay.
They're pretty much destroying the souls. And that was the problem the Soul Society had with the Quincies. And that's why they had like a war thousands of years ago. The Soul Reapers exterminated the Quincies, most of them. And that's where this arc comes in. Like they want their revenge, but there's a reason. You find out why they did it because.
All right. So basically you're telling me that some dudes are not recycling properly, not using their blue bins. And so a bunch of Karens are mad at them for not fucking doing that. And then there's a war.
If you put it that way, yes.
Yeah. All right.
But it's huge because if you're not recycling the souls, then there's less and less, coming. They go over it has different ramifications that could happen to the world and whatnot. What I did think was interesting, I know you're not caught up, but for anybody that's watching, I thought it was interesting how the Quincies were in the Soul Society all along. They lived in the shadows. In the episode, they explained how, the Quincies can draw power from Rishi. Kind of low rusty on the terms. But the Soul Society is heavy in that, and Quincies use that as power. So it sounds like they made a base within the Soul Society without the Soul Society knowing, because they made like their own space.
So is the Soul Society a place or an organization?
It's a place. Mm-hmm.
All right. So it's like a whole dimension.
Yeah.
So like how many dimensions are there in this thing that we know about? Like are there like...
Well, we know about the Soul Society, and then there's the plane where everyday people live on. And then there's Heko Mundo, which is kind of like somewhat like hell, but not. It's just where like lost souls tend to go. I don't even know how they'd explain that because hell is in this universe too.
Have we seen it?
Yeah, they showed it one time. One of the hollows, instead of him getting purified, he actually was drawn into hell. The gates were different, and they actually made a movie about it. Ichigo goes to hell, and what's funny is when he goes down there's some of the people that he fought in hell again. I don't know if the movie's canon, but it should be. It was pretty good. So, what do you think?
So what did you? I think I'm just not caught up. I mean, I don't know if it's good or bad at this point, but I think like given the first season, I thought it was. I mean, definitely watchable. I can see why people like it. I mean, I gotta get into the characters and figure out what's going on. But I mean,
I can definitely understand. Like if you just started watching it, you have no idea what's going on.
No, but I just know that these artists like to draw really thin waist and big chests. Like that's a thing. That's a like overarching theme. He's no scare. He knows scare to draw big chests and really, really skinny waist, itty bitty waist. So that's the thing. Big swords. So I mean, like, hey, I'm down for some demons and some curses and stuff. I don't know what the hell's going on, but I'll definitely figure it out. But the fighting seems all right, man. I'm guessing if there's stakes involved, like I don't know what the stakes are, so I'm just like, dude, I don't know, but. It's pretty standard. I didn't see anything that like makes me one way or the other like jump for joy on this episode. But I mean, there's a lot of like, I don't know. We were talking about JJK the other day, Jujutsu Kaisen, and I don't know if you've noticed this, but like ratings are really bad on that for maybe not for Crunchyroll, but for like Japanese audience right now. So
well, I just think
how this is doing.
It started off too slow. But I'm sure it'll pick up. I haven't checked the ratings on Bleach, but I'm sure that'll be fine.
Well, I don't care. If I like it, I like it. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's stuff out there that I'm sure gets trash ratings that I like, but I'll defend it all day long. But, like for this, like, I don't know it. I'm just going off your word. I'll give it a chance. But I think I'm going to have to go back to, like, season 1 way back. And I think I'm, like, 7 seasons behind or something? 6?
Oh, yeah, you're behind. But even the little bit you start watching from there, you're going to learn a lot where things will make more sense. But anyways, I figured we'd do this review because it's nice to see what a newbie, a fresh meat, a green person.
Bully? Are you bullying me in the locker room? Like, is this the team room? Like, bro, I know what the team room is like. All right, don't worry.
Opinion for other people who may be in the same situation. That's why.
Well, hey, Tad, we hit time. We are way past time, so go ahead and just take us out, bro.
Thanks for watching. It was our 3rd episode of Cold Drinks and Speed Paints. We'll be doing multiple episodes of these. What we decide is like whatever he's watching, we'll review. Whatever I'm watching, we'll review, and that way we can kind of like collaborate. He loves it, and we love anime, so. It's a win-win.
Win, win, win. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time. Take care, y'all.